All right, well, I just want to start by saying be careful out there while you're driving. Get this, apparently the month of August is pretty dangerous. Valley attorney Joe Brown knows that. He's here to tell us why and offer up some great advice. If you're in an accident, Joe, why is August so bad?
Well, I think if you live in the Valley, you notice traffic practically doubles. I mean, ASU's back in, school's in session. I think in June and July, people take some time off. You know, the traffic really is down to a slow roar, and then everybody just comes back all at once, and I don't think any of us are prepared for the influx.
Onslaught.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, things take twice as longer to get downtown.
I know, it's like, oh, they're back.
Exactly.
All right, let's talk about, obviously nobody wants to be involved in an accident, but there are certain things that we need to remember to do that are very, very important to us. Obviously being safe is one of them, but kind of walk me through the process of what we should do should we be involved in an accident.
Always get a police report. I have a case right now. The person who caused the accident walks up and says, hey, it's my fault. I caused it. I'm so sorry. Let's just not call the police. Here's my insurance. Call them. I'll take care of all the damages. Lady feels bad for the young kid, says no problem. They're not making an offer on the case. They're denying the claim, saying, oh no, we think the accident happened entirely different than the way your client tells us it happened. And I said, well, your client accepted liability. Well, that's not the story he's told us in his statement.
Oh, and then it's in a he said, she said
situation. He said, she said, we're going to be, filing a lawsuit, and now, do I have enough physical evidence to prove the way the accident happened the way my client says it happened?
And I think everybody feels like they can handle it on their own, and it inevitably, it gets much bigger than we anticipate. So first, definitely call the police. Second, once you have that police report, should we be calling an attorney? Should we be handling it ourselves until we need one? What is the best recommendation?
Well, my first recommendation is always, if you don't feel 100%, go to the hospital and get checked out. See what's going on, because the onslaught of symptoms can take up to a week, 2 weeks sometimes, but they're very slow, and guys are kind of the worst at this. I mean, we feel like if you're an athletic and you played sports, you're like, oh, I feel like the day after I worked out really hard. Well, that's not a normal workout. It doesn't go away like the next day, and it'll drag on. And that's something the insurance company uses against you, is they say, oh, you didn't go to the doctor right away? You weren't hurt. You're just doing this for money. You're not doing this because you were really injured.
So do you recommend that you go regardless then?
Well, if you feel, I think you should always get checked out.
Okay.
I mean, accidents are decent speeds. I mean, you've got two vehicles that are, 2 tons each hitting each other. I think you don't always know what's going on.
Okay.
Even in my own accident, I was like, I think I'm okay. And my wife was like, no, you're not. We're going to the hospital. And sure enough.
Typical guy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And
you got to follow your own advice,
I got to follow my own advice.
All right, let's talk about when somebody reaches out to you for their services. Is there some out-of-pocket expenses that happen right up front?
No out-of-pocket. You don't pay us $1. We only get paid if we collect. If we win the settlement, or we win the case at court, or we get a settlement, then you pay us or we get paid out of the settlement. So you don't actually write us a check ever. And then we have a fair fee guarantee, which means we never take more than the client. So the situation resolves, and if we were taking our normal fee and that ends up being more than what you take home, we reduce our fee to take the same as you. So being somebody who's been in an accident, who's been on both sides of it, I don't think it's fair that the person who gets hurt in the accident should get the least amount. And
by the way, I want to remind everybody, your former life, you were an insurance adjuster. You were the guy that you're now dealing with.
Yeah, I hated that job. Yeah, I didn't like some of the things that I was asked to do, and I'm a sympathetic guy, and I think sometimes that's a job that the bosses don't want you to be too sympathetic.
True. Okay, so you weren't very good at it. What you're saying.
I actually got Employee of the Year at one of the places I worked. So I just didn't. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror as the same.
Well, that's because you have a heart. All right, guess what? Accident Law Group, they have 2 locations to help you out. Good advice Joe just gave us today. Here's one location, 3923 South McClintock Drive. That's Suite 400 in Tempe. Or you can visit the other location at 15650 North Black Canyon Highway. That's Suite 155B. You can also get a direct link and dial directly in his office. Just text **ALG from your mobile phone, or visit accidentlawgroup.com.